Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are fit and fine at your home. Dear students, first of all, I would like to welcome to my YouTube channel. Dear students, today we are going to study one of the important chapters of Environmental Studies Standard 5, that is lesson number 12, Food for All. Before starting with the lesson, let me ask you some of the questions. Okay, student? Yes, if you know the answer, you can type your answer in the comment section. Yes, student, if you want to pick up a bag, then what do you require? Yes. Yes, student, you can type your answer in the comment section one by one. Then, next question. If you want to push the chair, what do you require? Yes, student, you can answer me in comment section. Okay, student. Then again, I would like to ask one more question. Students, if you want to play, then what do you require? Yes. Yes, very good. You are all correct. Yes, we require energy to pick up a bag, then to push the chair and to play. We require energy. Yes, student. One more last question I would like to ask now. If you want energy, then from where do we get energy? You can type your answer in the comment section. Yes, student, you are correct. We do get energy from food. Okay, students, we do eat food daily to get energy and to work. Okay, students? Yes, with these few questions and introduction, let's start with our lesson, that is Food for All. Yes, student, let's start with the lesson. First of all, let us have some of the answers of the questions which are given here. Can you tell? The first question is, which vegetables do we get around the time of Diwali? Which fruits? Which grains? Yes, student, if you know the answer, you can type your answer in the comment section. Let me tell you which vegetables do we get around the time of Diwali. Yes, student, Diwali is the time of Rabi season, and in Rabi season, which fruits or which vegetables do we get, students, around Diwali? Bean, beetroot, brinjal, broccoli, cabbage, capsicum, carrot, cauliflower, fenugreek, garlic, ladyfinger, etc. These are the vegetables we do found or we do get around Diwali. Okay, students? Yes, very good. Now we will have which fruits do we get around Diwali? Banana, date, grape, guava, orange, etc. These are the fruits that we do get around Diwali. Okay, students, now we will have which grains do we get around Diwali? Barley, gram, lentils, mustard, oat, wheat, etc. These grains we get around Diwali. Okay, students, have understood? So here we have the answer of the first question. Okay, now let's have the next question. What are the seasons for jowar, bajra, rice, mangoes, oranges and jackfruit? Yes, student, jowar, bajra, rice, all are crops of Kharif season. Then mango is cultivated in March, April, May. It means we can say it is a summer crop. Okay, and oranges is a rabi crop, and jackfruit is also a summer crop, we can say. Okay, students, with this information, let's move forward with the next question. That is third, which parts of plants do we use as a food? Yes, student, if you know the answer, you can type the answer in the comment section. See, student, which parts do we use of the plants as a food? We use roots and stem, leaves and flowers, fruits and seeds. Okay, student, too much simple. Now, students, let's move forward without wasting time. Yes, student, now we are going to study the next point, that is agriculture. Yes, student, what do you mean by agriculture? Let's have the meaning of agriculture first. Yes, student, agriculture means cultivating the land or soil and growing the crops. Okay, that is called as agriculture, or in a simple language we can say farming means agriculture. Okay students? Yes student, I will read the text for you and then I will make you understand or explain it to you. Okay, let's read. Agriculture. Agricultural seasons. We get food from plants. For that purpose, we sow grains in field and plant fruit trees in orchard. About 60% of the land of our country is in use for agriculture. There are two main agricultural seasons in our country. Okay students, see here, we get food from the plants. We know that we get food from plants. Okay students, yes, for that purpose we sow grains in the field. Yes, if you want to get the food or if you want to get food to eat, then we need to grow it. Then where do we grow it? We grow it in the field, we grow it in the farm. Okay, and if you want to grow the crops, then we need to sow it first. So we sow the grain in fields and plant fruit trees in orchard too. Okay, see student, here about 60% of the land of our country is in use for agriculture. It means the 60% land of our country, India, is used for agriculture or farming we can say, and more than 50% people are doing agriculture or they are doing farming, okay, for the survival or for their earning, for their livelihood we can say. See student, there are two main agricultural seasons in our country. Which are they? Let's have information. The seasons from June to October is called the Kharif season. Yes student, the season from June, July, August, September and October, this period is called as Kharif season. And in this Kharif season, we know that this season is of rainy season, and here the crops are completely depend on the rain. In this season, Kharif season, the grains are cultivated or the crops are grown with the help of rain water. Okay student, in this season the crops are watered mainly by the rain. Okay student, now the next season, the season from October to March is the Rabi season. In this season, rainwater that has soaked into the soil, the retreated monsoons and dew are the main sources of water for the crops. Yes student, now the second season of cultivating crop is Rabi season. And what is the period of Rabi season student? October to March. June to October, Kharif season, and then October to March, October, November, December, January and March. Okay, this period is called as Rabi season. Okay student, and here the crops are mainly depend on the water which is soaked during the rainy season in the land. Okay, as well as the retreating monsoon. Retreating monsoon means the monsoon retreat, it returns towards the sea or ocean, that is called as retreating monsoon. And as well as here the crops are depend on the dew. Okay, in the winter season we see dew on the leaves. Okay student, so the crops are depend on that water also. So here we have seen there are mainly two types of seasons. One is Kharif season, that is from June to October, and second Rabi season from October to March. Okay student, have understood? Very good. Now let's move forward. In addition, some crops are grown from March to June. Okay, these are called as summer crops. Yes student, March to June. Some of the vegetables, some of the crops, some of the grains are cultivated during this period, that is March to June, and this is called as summer crops. Okay student, have understood? Very good. Yes, can you tell me which is the season for growing rice? If you know, you can type your answer in the comment section. Students, the right season for growing rice is Kharif season. Okay, that is from June to October. Okay students, have understood? Very good. Now let's move forward with the next paragraph. Agricultural work. Every farmer wishes to get a good harvest. A good harvest provides a good income. Fertile land good quality seeds and fertilizers, and availability of water are essential for a good harvest. It is also necessary to carry out the task of tilling the land. Yes, student, here in agriculture, the agricultural works are very important. We have to do each and every work properly. Then only we can we can cultivate, we can harvest the crops properly. Okay, student. So here what is important? Every farmer wishes to get a good harvest. Good harvest means what? After growing the crops, we harvest the crop, we get the grains. So every farmer wishes that he should get proper good quality harvesting or grains. And what is required if you want good kind of harvesting, if you want good kind of grains? A good harvest provides a good income. Yes, student, it is very important, and it is very important for the farmer. If the farmer harvested good kind of or quality grains, then he could able to earn good income. Okay, student. So he need to harvest a good kind of grains, we can say. So what is required for good harvesting? So fertile land. What do you mean by fertile? Fertile means producing, or the land which has capacity to produce good crops. Okay, student. So fertile land is important to get a good harvest. Then good quality seeds. Good quality seeds are also very important. If there are good quality seeds are sown, then only we can get a good harvest or good grain. Okay, and fertilizers also. Okay, students, and availability of water are also essential for good harvest. If water is not there, if availability of water is not there for the crops, then we could not able to harvest good kind of grains. Okay, student. So water also very important, as well as the task of tilling the land also very important. What do you mean by tilling? Let's have the meaning of tilling. Tilling land means plowed land. Okay, student, you can see in the picture, you can understand what is tilling land. Okay, student, with this information, let's move forward. The crop in the field must be protected, and the harvested crop must also be stored safely. All of these processes are important. Yes, student, here after getting the crop in the field must be protected. If they are not protected, it can be damaged by the pests, by the insects, by the other things. Okay, student, and the harvested crop must be also stored safely. When we harvested grain, it need to stored safely. Okay, student, so we need to use a proper way or method of storing the food or grain, we can say. All these processes are very important. Okay, students, let's move forward. The population of our country is increasing, and still the needs of all the people are being met. This has been possible because of modern improved methods of agriculture. Yes, student, it is very important that we know that the population of our country is going on increasing. It has been increasing till the date. Okay, student, but still we are able to fulfill the needs of increasing population also. Why it is possible? Because of the methods of farming, as well as the methods of protecting it and storing it. Okay, students, so it is very important. Students, let's move with the next point. See, traditional agriculture. What is the traditional agriculture, student? Yes, in the traditional methods of agriculture, plowing, tilling, etc. were done with the help of oxen. Mott, a huge leather bag driven with the help of oxen, was used to draw water from the well. Harvesting, threshing, etc. was done by the members of the farmer's family themselves with the help of oxen. Yes, student, here what is said. See here, in traditional agriculture, do you know the traditional methods of doing farming? So here, in traditional methods of agriculture, the people or the farmers use oxen to plow the land. Yes, what is plowing? You can see in the picture and you can understand. As well as tilling also. As well as if they want to water the farm, then they use a moat. What is a moat? A huge leather bag, and driven with the help of oxen. So water is pulled with the help of that bag from the well, and water is watered to the farm. Okay, and the water is driven from the well with the help of the leather bag. Okay students, as well as the harvesting, threshing, etc. was done by farmers member. Okay, so all these works are done by the members and with the help of animals. Okay students, so this is the traditional method of farming. Okay students, next we are going to see what is the next. However, farmers now carry out all these tasks with the help of machines. But student, this statement, to what extent is it correct? I don't know, because actually in rural areas the farmers who have very little farm, they could not able to use such kind of advanced machines. So such kind of farmers right now also, right away also, they are using traditional methods of agriculture, because everywhere in India the farmers could not afford the advanced machines. Okay student, it is very important to understand. Okay, have you understood this much? Very good. Now let's move forward. Students, let's learn the next point, that is improved methods of agriculture. Now see, improved seeds. Earlier, it was customary to preserve the seeds of one harvest for sowing it in the next season. Those seeds did not have a high yield. Nowadays, improved seeds are developed through research. See student, what is important here? In earlier or in traditional method of farming, we can say the farmers used to save the yielded seeds. Okay student, and they preserve the seeds. The farmers used to sow the preserved seeds for sowing or for growing up the crops for the next season. Okay student, so what is said here? Earlier it was customary to preserve the seeds of one harvest for sowing in the next season. Those seeds, and such kind of seeds, did not have a high yield, or they could not able to harvest or grow proper crop, or they do not have high yield, we can say. Nowadays improved seeds are developed through research, but nowadays what do we see? Improved seeds, scientifically proven or experimented, okay, as well as the seeds which have a high yield. Okay, such kind of seeds are used, and all such kind of seeds are available in the market now. So there is no need to preserve the previous seeds of the previous year to sow in the next season. Okay, they are available in the market for every year, such as jowar, rice, groundnut, wheat, etc. These have a higher yield. Yes student, these have a higher yield. Why these have the higher yield? Because of the scientific process. The scientific process is done on such kind of seeds, and because of that the farmers could have the higher yield more than the previous seeds. Okay student, see, they can resist pest attack. Yes, you know that insect attack on the plants, insect attack on the grown crops. In the same way here, insects and pests are similar one. If there is a pest attack, insect attack on the grown plants, then the farmer may have to face the damage of crop and as well as harvesting. Okay student, so some varieties become ripe for harvesting in a shorter time also. Yes student, here one more interesting thing is that within minimum time some of the variety become ripe for harvesting in a shorter time. In minimum time, we can say some of the crops are growing quickly, ripening quickly within minimum time. Okay students, as well as they have a higher yield even with a low quantity of water or low supply of water, we can say. Okay students, have understood? Let's move forward now. Now again, one of the important points that we are going to study, modern methods of irrigation. This is very important, interesting students. See, crops grow well if they are watered at right time. Water from rivers, lakes and wells is used for irrigation in addition to rainwater. Yes student, what is important for good yield of crops? Yes, if you want to grow the crops in a proper way, we need to give or water them properly. If water is not there, crops could not able to grow. So here crops grow if we give a proper water to them at a right time also. It is also very important. Water from rivers, lakes and wells we give. Yes, student. So this is called as giving water or watering to the farms is known as irrigation. Okay. So there are different ways of irrigation. We watered the farm with the help of rivers, lakes and wells, we can say. Then greater quantity of water are stored by building dams and bunds on rivers to obstruct the flow of water downstream. Dams are used, bunds are used to stop the water, to obstruct the water, to obstruct the flow of water. Okay, and that kind of water or that water can be used to water the farm. Okay, see here, this also helps to raise the level of groundwater. What does happen because of the dam and bunds? The water can be soaked by the land. Okay, and the water can seep into the land. Okay, so in this way the level of water can raise in the land. Okay, student, have you understood? Very good. Students, let's have more information. Crops were traditionally watered through canals. However, much water from the canals is lost due to evaporation and seepage into ground. Now certain improved methods of irrigation are used which provides enough water to the plants and at the same time help to save a lot of water. Student, here we know that the traditional way of watering the plants or we can say crops is through canals. Yes, student, in the picture you can see and understand what is canal. With this canal we can give water or we can supply water to the crops or farms, we can say. However, much water from the canals is lost. Why does it lost? Because of evaporation. Canals are open one. Because of the open canals, the water get evaporated because of the sun rays or hotness. Okay, student, as well as the water gets seepaged into the ground. Okay, so these are the two reasons. Because of that, the most of the water in the canals get evaporated as well as seepage into the ground, and because of that water is lost. Okay, student, but nowadays improved methods of irrigations are used which are very useful. Okay, as well as we can save water, a lot of water with the help of these modern methods of irrigation. Which are these modern methods of irrigation? Drip irrigation is there, sprinkle irrigation is there. Okay, so these are the two methods of irrigation, that are drip irrigation and sprinkle irrigation. Mind it, student. Okay, yes, see in the picture you can see a small pipe is there and the small pipe has a small hole, and because of that small hole the water drops there at or near the plant only, and because of that a lot of water is saved. Okay, student, have understood? Yes, so this is the drip irrigation. Now next we will move and learn what is the sprinkle irrigation. See in the picture you can see the water is sprinkling like a shower. Okay, what is the sprinkling irrigation? You can see in the picture. The drip irrigation method makes use of pipes with holes. This ensures that the required amount of water drips only near the plants, thus the full use made of the available water. Just now I have explained it to you. The sprinkle irrigation makes use of sprinkles of different sizes that spray water directly on plants, and because of that we can save a lot of water. Okay, students, have understood? Very good. Students, some of the questions are given here. Let's find out the answer quickly. See, first one, names of two varieties of improved seeds of java. Yes, student, here we need to tell two names or two varieties of improved seeds of jawar. Yes, student, let me tell you. One is Jawahar Chari 6 and Jawahar Chari 69. Okay, and the area of adopted such kind of improved seeds is Madhya Pradesh. Okay, student. Now let's have the second question. Who helped the farmer to drive the moat, or who did help the farmer to drive the moat? Yes, student, who helped? Yes, just now we have seen. Okay, Yes, you can type this answer in the comment section. Let me tell you, the auction helped the farmer to drive the moat. Okay, now third one, how is groundwater lifted these days? This also I have told you. You can tell, you can comment in the section and answer it. Let me tell you, the groundwater lifted these days by building dams and bunds on the rivers. Okay, students, have understood? Very good. Now let's move forward and learn something more about fertilizers. Yes, student, fertilizers. If the same crops are grown repeatedly in the field, the fertility of the soil decreases. Yes, student, just now I have told you what is meant by fertility. Fertility of land. Yes, student, fertility of land means what? The land which has the producing capacity, the land which is capable of producing good crops, that land is called as fertile. But students, if we are growing same crops again and again in the same season, again and again, if you are repeating the same crops, then what will happen? The fertility of the soil will decrease. Okay, student, then we have to add fertilizers to the soil to restore its productivity. Okay, student, if the soil lost its productivity, then what we need to do? We need to add fertilizers to the soil or land to make it more productive. To increase the fertility of land, we need to add fertilizers to the soil. Okay, student? Yes, if we add the fertilizers, then we can make the soil again productive or capable of growing good crops. Okay, student, have understood? Very good. There are two kinds of fertilizers. One is natural and second one is chemical. Okay, student, the chemical fertilizers are harmful to the soil. Okay, student, how it is harmful? Let's have more information. See, student, natural fertilizers are called manures. They are obtained from materials available in nature like green waste and animal dung. Yes, student, most of the time we see that the animal dung is used as a natural fertilizers. Okay, as well as the green waste means the leaves, branches and all the things are decomposed. After decomposing, it is used as a natural fertilizers. Okay, and natural fertilizers are called as manures. Okay, learn it. Now next, chemical or artificial fertilizers are mixtures of different chemical substances in specific portion useful for agriculture. Yes, student, the chemical or artificial fertilizers are the mixtures of different chemicals in proper proportion or a specific proportion, and because of that these fertilizers are useful for the agriculture. In traditional agriculture, organic manures such as compost were used. Okay, student, and chemical fertilizers came to be used for quicker growth and higher yields. Yes, student, why do we use chemical fertilizers? Because for the purpose of quicker growth as well as higher yield. Okay, students, however, the harmful effects of the use of the fertilizers soon became clear. Student, just now I have told you the chemical fertilizers are harmful for the soil. Okay, so here we can understand the effect of the chemical fertilizers quickly. Okay, if we do the overuse of chemical fertilizers, it lead to accumulation of excessive chemicals in the soil. Yes, student, there can be excessive accumulation or deposition of excessive chemicals in the field, and because of that excessive chemicals or because of accumulation of excessive chemicals in the soil, this lowers the fertility of soil. It can be unfertile. The soil can be unfertile because of accumulation of excessive chemicals and reduces its productivity, reduces its capacity to produce the crop. Okay, students, have understood? Very good. Now let's move forward. Overwatering makes the land saline and fallow. Yes, student, you know that if we give more and more water, unnecessary water to the land, then the land will be saline. Saline means what, student? What do you mean by saline? The quantity of salt increases in the land. That is called as saline land, and it becomes fallow. Fallow means what, student? If we keep the land uncultivated for a long time because of saline water, then it is called as fallow. Okay student, this is seen especially in the parts where water is available in plenty, as for example near dams or on river banks. Okay, just now I have told you, because of excessive water the land becomes saline. Okay, in such cases what we need to do, if we want to make the lands fertile or productive, we need to check the land, we need to check the soil, and then we need to add the fertilizers, okay, which that land is lacking behind. Okay student, have understood? Yes, let's read first. If land becomes saline and fallow, it has to be tested to find out which substances it lacks. The fertility can be restored by adding these substances. It is costly and time consuming procedure. Therefore, it is better to avoid excessive use of fertilizers and water. Yes students, have you understood? Very good. Students, today we have studied agriculture, agricultural seasons also. There are two seasons of agriculture, Rabi season and Kharif season. Okay students, as well as we have studied the agricultural work and traditional agriculture also. With this, we have studied improved methods of agriculture. In improved methods, we have seen improved seeds, modern methods of irrigation. For example, drip irrigation and sprinkle irrigation. With this, we have studied fertilizers. There are two types of fertilizers, natural fertilizers and chemical fertilizers. Okay students, have understood? Very good. So students, this is enough for today. In the next video, we are going to study the rest part of this lesson. Okay students, very good. Then if you have liked this video and found it useful to you, then like it, share it to your friends, comment below the video, and if you are new on my channel, then subscribe it, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will get current notification of new video. Thank you. Be connected, be studious, be thoughtful.